Hi, thanks for stopping by my channel. My name is Danelia with Danelia Design, where a house becomes a home. And there's nothing more homey to me than the holidays, including Halloween. I mean, really, who doesn't want an extra skeleton or two sitting around on their front porch? But before we get to today's project, I have to point one thing out. This. My pumpkin swing dress with pockets. I'm going to leave a link down below. I love this thing. It's my second year wearing it. And ladies, if you're a little on the curvier side, this thing fits fantastically. So I go to the dollar store on a regular basis. I buy way too many things, but I knew I wanted to make a wreath. I ended up buying enough that I could make 3. So if you stick around till the end of the video, you'll get the 2 bonus wreaths. They're a little different, although using some of the same techniques. So you probably want to stick around for the whole thing. So we're going to walk through this one step by step. It even comes with a little flashing pumpkin. This used an 18-inch wreath form, but by the time all the ribbons are on, it's 24 inches across, which really is fantastic for any front door to greet those trick-or-treaters. Let's get started. We'll be using a simple wire wreath form. This one is 18 inches in diameter from the dollar store. It has 2 rings, but any wreath form is going to work, so use what you have or what's available in the stores. This one happened to be a Christmas wreath, as you can see by the green twist stems, so we're going to go ahead and spray paint it black for Halloween. And the same process could be used for Valentine's Day with red or pink spray paint, or yellow for Easter. You get the idea. First, bend all of the ties upwards. You'll be attaching your ribbon at these locations. So how much ribbon will you need and what kind? Look for Deco mesh. It has more structure to it. You'll want 2 solid colored packages, 6 inches by 3 yards each, 2 multicolored packages, same size, and 2 black glitter ribbons. These are standard, not the Deco mesh. They were spider web, so I thought that'd be perfect. But any color will work, so use what you like. Have fun with the accent pieces as well. Here are the ones that I chose. They're all from the dollar store. Grab a measuring tape, a ruler, or a craft cutting mat. We're going to be making 9-inch loop sections with the Deco mesh ribbon to attach to the twist stems. The first step is to layer your solid color and multicolor ribbon. Doesn't matter which side is on top because we're going to be separating them in a minute after they are attached to the wreath form. Measure out your first 9 inches and bunch the ends together. Starting on any of the outside ring stems, place the end of the ribbon in the stem enough to twist it tightly and make sure that it's secure. Measure out your second 9-inch length. And by the way, it doesn't have to be exact. If you're off a bit, it won't matter to the overall project. So don't stress too much over the measurements. Bunch that section together and attach it at the next twist tie on the same bottom ring. And we're going to be repeating this around the bottom ring and then moving to the inner ring, continuing in the same direction. Continue with this process until you reach the beginning point of the outer ring where you started, and then we're going to move up to the inner ring. You get the idea, so let's speed things up. So now that we've met the ribbon back at the starting point, we'll move up to the inner circle. We're going to use 7-inch lengths for the smaller ring. And again, they don't have to be perfect. You'll follow the same process, moving in the same direction around the smaller ring. Oh, and when you get to the end of the roll, just twist that last piece in. And a quick note, while I was doing this, one of the rolls of ribbon was longer than the other. It's the dollar store, so I'm not going to complain. But just take note, even with exact measuring, it may not be perfect. And don't worry, it won't even be noticeable by the time we're done. Grab the other 2 rolls of ribbon and finish the process using the same technique, and continue on with the inner ring, and then move to the outer ring to finish. And remember, it's 7-inch loop lengths for the smaller ring inside and 9-inch loop lengths for the outer ring. So start where your last fabric piece or ribbon piece left off. Grab the black sparkle ribbon, your measuring tool, and a pair of scissors. But before we go any further, separate and fluff your ribbon loops. We're going to be making 6 by 6 squares and turning them into simple bows. You'll also want to have pipe cleaners to match the color of your bows. So cut them into 6-inch pieces. And I almost used my good fabric scissors. So these are better. These are Cutco. I've had them about 10 years. Not cheap, but they're fantastic. So next you're going to layer the ribbon and cut them into 6-inch pieces. This ribbon can be the same color. You can choose different colors. You can even have 3 or 4 different layers to it. The choice is yours. I went with black and orange. You're going to cut these squares, set them aside, and continue until you've run out of ribbon. And yes, one of these rolls was once again longer than the other. And I have to tell you that using any ribbon that starts with the word sparkle means glitter, and a lot of it. Look what happens when I shake that. So take 2 squares at a time, and you're going to be folding them in a back and forth motion, kind of like you would make a paper fan, and pinch them in the middle, and then you're going to use a twist tie to keep them in place. And you want to fluff. So just keep going until you've used up all your squares. The process does go by pretty quickly, so it's not too tedious. And here are all of your beautiful bows. And glitter. So much glitter. You can clean up as you go, but there's still going to be glitter everywhere. Then I touched my face, and I think there's still glitter in the carpet. Yeah, we'll be finding it for a while. So now you're going to want to attach the bows to your wreath. I used the same locations as the original stems that came with the wreath form itself, but you can space them apart any distance it seems right to you because they have their own chenille stems to them. Twist them in using the stems and then fluff as you go. And tuck the stems underneath. You don't want to see those, and you don't need them anymore for any of the other accents that we're going to be using. And more fluffing. Adding the last ribbon to the wreath, fluffing a little bit more, and then we're ready for some of the finishing touches. I found a battery-operated light-up pumpkin, orange and green glitter vase filler. They're styrofoam pieces, so they're very light, and 3 orange glitter branches, which we're going to cut apart and use throughout the wreath. By the way, you'll need your glue gun for this. My preferred hot glue is Gorilla brand. I'll leave a link below. And also a great tool to have is a cordless glue gun. It's really so much easier to work with, and I've had this one forever, but I did find another one on Amazon that I recommend, so check out the notes below for the quick link. To to attach the pumpkin, you're going to want to glue pipe cleaners on either side of the battery location and the off-on switch. You'll want to be able to reach in to turn that off and on. And by using the stems to attach it to your wreath, you can easily remove the pumpkin to switch out the batteries if you choose, or really just buy a new pumpkin next year for $1.25, and it's probably less expensive than the battery itself. Using a wire cutter or very strong scissors, cut the branches apart from the main stem. You'll end up with 5 or 6 pieces from each branch. Decide where you want the top of your wreath to be and twist tie your pumpkin to the bottom. And just make sure that you can easily reach that off-on switch. Okay, grab your hot glue gun, and we're gonna add a little bit of glue to each end of the branch piece and place them in the locations around your wreath, spacing them about equal distance from another or wherever you think they look best. And this is just a preliminary. We'll throw those in there and we'll use a little bit of glue later on to really put them in the exact place we want. Kind of strategically force the branch pieces because they flopped around a little bit with just that small amount of glue. I started at the bottom and worked my way up the right-hand side until I got to the top. And then I went back down to the bottom on the left-hand side and moved them all up that direction until I got to the top again. This made sure that all of the branch pieces were facing upwards and out, which was the look I was going for. But, you know, there's no wrong answer here. Do it the way you want. So now I'm securing the branches as well as moving the ribbon around a little bit and gluing it so it hides the wreath form. You don't want that to show. Lastly, we're going to be using this glitter vase filler. Using 2 or 3 glitter balls, you're going to hot glue gun them into the center of each accent bow. And this not only adds an extra touch and a bit of color to the project, but it's also going to hide your twist ties. I thought 2 green and 1 orange looked nice. 2 orange, 1 green also looks nice. You do what you want. But I will give a professional tip. All of these balls started rolling off my counter one at a time. So get a bowl and hold them before you decide to glue them everywhere. Be smarter than I am. Because when they rolled on the floor, well, now there's glitter on my floor too. And now for the completed wreath. Ta-da! And it really filled out nicely, but if you wanted it to be more fluffy, you could add another layer or two of ribbon. I think 4 would make it pretty full, but you know, that's your choice, and you would do it the first step of the process. Oh, and I almost forgot the coolest part. Turn on your pumpkin. This wreath is now ready to hang on your front door to greet all your trick-or-treaters. Oh, don't forget, there's gonna be more glitter to clean up. So much glitter. And now the reason you stayed till the end. 2 bonus wreath designs. And here are the wreaths in all of their glory. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that you're able to take something away to make your own. I also know that there's a ton of tutorials out there for every kind of holiday wreath, so really appreciate you stopping by to watch this one. And if you like what you saw and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss the next video coming out. Thank you for watching, and really have a happy, spooktacular Halloween.